No one warns you about the silence that comes after success. You chase a goal for months, maybe years. You tell yourself, if I can just get there, I'll finally feel enough. And then one day you arrive. You hit the milestone. You receive the recognition. You cross the finish line. You built your identity around. But instead of the joy you imagined, it was quiet numbness, emptiness you can't explain. You try to celebrate, but something feels off. The applause fades faster than expected. The moment you thought would change everything doesn't change much at all. You got what you wanted. People are proud of you. They say you should be proud of yourself. And that fear, once silenced by striving, becomes louder in stillness. When the doing stops, the feeling catches up. We follow paths that look good on paper, but don't fit our soul. We work to impress people we don't feel safe around. We perform competence when we're actually overwhelmed. We build lives that look full, but feel hollow. But inside, it doesn't land. The success feels far away, like it happened to someone else. When I get the job, when I hit that number, when I prove them wrong, you get the promotion. And then you want the title. You build the following and then crave validation. And the space between where you are and where you think joy lives never actually shrinks. When I finally feel enough? And for a while that sentence drives us. It gives us direction. You don't need to prove your worth through productivity. You are allowed to feel joy now, even in the middle, even when it's messy, even before everything is figured out. It gives us a reason to wake up early, stay up late, and keep pushing. We want to know that what we're doing connects with who we are. From unlearning the idea that we have to earn rest, earn love, earn worth, because at the core, we're not just building careers, we're building identities. And if our identity is built only on doing, we'll never feel safe simply being. That we're not just performing for approval or hustling to be enough. We want to feel anchored, not just admired. That's what many of us are craving, not just success, but a life where we belong to ourselves. We want love that isn't tied to our resume. We want peace that doesn't depend on our productivity. We cannot live the afternoon of life according to the program of life's morning. In early mornings, there's usually something softer we're reaching for. Not just the title, not just the praise, but something deeper. To feel seen, to feel safe, to feel like we matter. A quiet sense of, this is mine, this is honest, this is home. We chase success because we think it will earn us those things. But often, we arrive with our hands full, and our hearts still empty. But maybe, just maybe, the thing we thought would heal us was never built to. Maybe it wasn't meant to fill the deeper hunger we've been carrying. In other words, what once motivated us may no longer fulfill us. What once gave us purpose may now feel like pressure, and guilt creeps in. Am I ungrateful? Broken? Maybe it's time to redefine what success means. Never satisfied? And deep down, a question you weren't prepared for starts to echo. Why dain't I feel anything? It's measurable. It's visible. Fulfillment is internal. It's quiet. It's harder to name. And when we confuse the two, we end up achieving more than ever. And still feeling unseen, disconnected, tired. But underneath it says, you're not allowed to be happy yet. You plan for rest. Imagine a future self who finally feels whole. But we daren't make space for that self to exist here. You haven't earned it. So joy becomes conditional. Peace becomes postponed. And you forget how to live in the now because you're always chasing the next. It's confusing, even painful, because you're not supposed to feel this way. Researcher Adam Grant once wrote, "Success is not always a sign of fulfillment. Sometimes it's a response to fear. It's a signal that maybe what you were chasing wasn't the thing you truly needed. So we chase what the world rewards. Titles, money, approval, prestige. And when we finally catch it, we expect the ache inside us to dissolve. But sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it gets louder. No one tells you that achievement can be lonely, that sometimes the pursuit kept you going, not the outcome. The chasing became your identity. And when it's over, you're left wondering who you are without the race. This isn't failure. It's not selfish. We grow up learning that success equals happiness. That if we work hard enough, achieve big enough, become impressive enough, the emptiness will go away. Success doesn't always feel like joy, because success and fulfillment aren't the same. Success is external. Sometimes we succeed in ways that betray who we really are. Psychologist Carl Jung wrote, "Thoroughly unprepared, we take the step into the afternoon of life, yet we blame ourselves when the joy doesn't show up. We think, maybe I'm ungrateful, maybe I'm broken, because success might get you admiration, but it doesn't always give you meaning. And that's okay to name. We've all whispered it to ourselves, sometimes without even realizing. I'll be happy when. But the trouble with I'll be happy when is that it keeps moving the finish line. You reach one goal and immediately set another. It's a lie dressed as motivation, because it sounds empowering. Work harder, dream bigger, go further. Philosopher Alan Watts once said, "We are always getting ready to live, but never living." That's the trap. We prepare for joy. I'll be happy when. It's a script you can rewrite. You don't have to wait for permission. Because if you don't learn how to feel peace where you are, it won't magically appear where you're going. Beneath all the goals, the striving, the long nights, what we're really searching for is meaning, alignment, a life that feels like our own. But these things don't come from trophies. They come from truth, from being honest about what we want. Author Brown reminds us, fitting in is about becoming who you need to be accepted. Belonging is about being who you are. What we're really searching for is connection with others, yes, but also with our own inner world. And if success doesn't lead us there, if success no longer feels like joy, maybe it's time to ask, whose version of success have I been chasing? Was it mine or one I inherited? From parents, school, culture, a world that measures worth and output? Maybe you became everything you were supposed to be and still felt like a stranger to yourself. Redefining success doesn't mean giving up on ambition. It means reclaiming it. It means asking what matters to me. Beyond the applause, for some, success means more space, more time, deeper relationships, less burnout, more presence. For others, it's building quietly, not loudly, creating impact, not just impression, being aligned, not just admired. True success feels like congruence, like your values and your actions are on speaking terms, like you no longer have to hide parts of yourself just to belong, like your identity isn't at war with your schedule. That's not small, that's radical, writer Courtney Martin said. We are the daughters of feminists who said, can be anything, and we heard you have to be everything. And many of us are tired from that misinterpretation, tired of trying to do it all, be it all, achieve it all, while losing ourselves along the way. Redefining success is not failure, it's evolution, it's maturity. It's waking up one day and realizing that what you want is more important than what you were taught to prove. And if you're ready to build a life that feels like yours, not just one that looks good from the outside, that's a kind of success no one can measure, but you can feel every day. When success feels hollow, it doesn't mean you failed. It means something deeper in you is waking up, asking for more, not more in the sense of scale or status, but more truth, more connection, more life. It means your soul is hungry for something your resume can't feed. In that quiet, you begin to notice what still matters. A friend who listens without needing you to be impressive, a moment of stillness where your breath slows, the feeling of creating something not for likes, but for healing, the comfort of being around people who see you, even when you have nothing to prove. You start to realize that success without softness isn't satisfying, that applause without alignment isn't nourishing, that doing it all means little if it costs you the ability to feel any of it. And slowly, gently, you give yourself permission to want different things. Poet David Whyte once wrote, "The antidote to exhaustion isn't rest, it's wholeheartedness." And maybe that's what you're really searching for. Not escape, not more. Just the freedom to live fully in what's real, even if it's small, especially if it's small. What still matters is presence, peace, purpose, being able to look at your life and say, this feels like me. If it doesn't yet, that's not a failure. That's a signal, an invitation to return to what's real. Because when success feels empty, it might be the start of something sacred, the beginning of living a life that's finally yours.